Hello and welcome. This is going to be a lore reading. We're going to check what we've learned basically by clearing out the Caridan's Cross. This area. Characters. Alright, we have Ogren. I'm not saying I should be your first pick for dance partner at the inaugural ball, but in the deep roads, I'm your man. Ogren of House Condrat was once a promising member of the warrior caste. His house was not especially high-ranked, but many of its members, Ogren included, had won notable victories in the provings and were considered to be rising in prestige when a Smith caste family with plenty of money but no political connections offered their daughter in marriage. The family accepted the match, and then everything changed. His wife Bronca was named a paragon for her achievements. All of House Condrat joined her newly made noble house Bronca and vanished with her into the deep roads. That seems kind of odd that the older house would join the newer house, but anyway. As time passed, it became more and more clear that Ogren had been abandoned. He became the butt of jokes throughout Orzammar. He took to drink, which didn't especially help. Drunk and humiliated, he challenged another warrior to a proving over an insult and killed him. The match was meant to be fought to first blood. As a punishment, he was stripped of his house and barred from bearing arms, the only fate worse for a warrior than exile. Ogren enjoys challenging his palate with alcohols of ever-increasing rarity, potency, and outright lethality. This has afforded him no benefit whatsoever. Let's see. Cast from your host, may you find no purchase on mortal ground, bound by your true name, as we are sworn to do. Nathamas Begal, revenant and perversion of a fine daughter, no more will test the veil, nor reach the fate to escape. Andraste, hold you, demon, and bind your rage for eternity. Crosscut drifters, fools and renegades, the lot of them. We accept that there's a time for order, is for educated treasure hunting, but not when a foundation remains to be cut. What fortunes have they made? What houses have they elevated? The minor veins they have traced have satisfied neither this assembly nor their own gambler's thirst. Their actions can only grow more erratic and undisciplined. And while no incidents have been reported, they will eventually undermine the stability of a major passage. It is the opinion of the Assembly that prospecting be restricted until we can be certain of the stability of the deep roads. These crosscut drifters can find their fortune in a trade. Let animals burrow wherever their nose points them. Dwarves are meant to excavate by careful degrees. A note from an Assembly. Rogan cut a beautiful line down a minor vein today, twisting his supports along the footwall like a backbone. He's got a gift for lagging. It's almost crystalline. I swear I could tap it and hear the stone sing. Non-standard by any inspector's measure, but that's the starting point, isn't it? Letting the stone take us where she wants, not gouging out highways so the palace can have another pantry. Seems like an odd highway to like a pantry. I suspect they will revoke our privileges at the next assembly meeting. I say good luck to them. They'll never find us to deliver the writ. They are afraid of the road we travel. We're close to a major strike. The stone, she's pulling us to something. And to the vents, if I'll let dwarves who deny their sense get in the way of it. The Journal of Runar, the founding fellow crosscut drifters. We found trouble, all right. Rogan's lyrium vein led right to the flank of a darkspawn horde. From the look of their kit, the spawn were a week, maybe less, from breakthrough into the new blasted new highway under Orzammar. and they'd be well behind any patrols. The stone knew, she knew, and drew her chosen, with the promise of ore we could taste in our bones. If all goes well, losing this cavern will kill the Darkspawn's taste for digging. I highly doubt that. And Orzammar will never know it was at risk. Will be a distant tremor, a ripple in the royal fountain. The charges are laid. We know it will work, and we know the cost. The stone has shown us the way home. From the Journal of Vernar, founding fellow crosscut drifters. Shaper's life. Blessing of Shaper, it is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep, and the road is far from secure, and those who desire to work in the memory must first honor it. Document the stone protector and present in your history to the Shaper the memories. Only then will the blessed Shaper be upon you. Orzammar has carved a legacy from the stone, but history is more than the comings and goings of filled streets. These caverns are old cuts and well-traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the holes, politics and commerce. The Shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier or buried secrets from the abandoned path. The Shaper must first walk away if he is to return. First steps from the Shaper's life. Far from abandoned, the deep roads are patrolled by those who fight for Orzammar and the stone, those defenders who have seen great and tragic events unfold, but they are committed to the moment, not the memory. It is the Shaper's burden to walk this path with a mind to observation. He will fight if pressed. Every dwarf owes that to the stone, but his purpose is to record, not create. Although dark and deep, the old paths are alive with deeds. Only the dedication of the Shaper can ensure that they are not lost to the memories. Topsider's Honor. The fool has been following us for 3 days, but what can I do? I'm sure a city guard could lock him up for being a sodding idiot, but there's no law that says you can't seek your death in the trenches. There's no law down here at all. I said to his face that if he puts our patrol at risk, I'd split and hit him myself. But he's quiet, I'll give him that. Topsiders usually assume the ends of a blight erases the Darkspawn from the world. Why does this one care that his victory just drives them back on our doorstep? It's one thing to face them up in the light. He'll cut his own shaft out here once he fights them in the dark where they live. He'll cut his own shaft out of here once he fights them in the dark where they live. That of the lyrium will get him. From a Legion of the Dead field report, Lieutenant Gant. Might not be elven, maybe human, doesn't matter. We can still follow directions. Torso, head, and limbs bagged and dispersed. Simple enough. This magical stuff doesn't seem complicated. Jumping warrior, first hole gets the bag. The body rendered a torn ritual page of indeterminate origin. The body rendered into its separate parts, spread wide so that no life is witnessed, no heartbeat detected. It is this way the beast can remain for an age, and knowledge passes, and pursuers live out their lives. Scribbled in the corner. I was wrong, not elven. Elmers didn't kill it. It allowed this? Keep the pieces apart, I guess, away from the heart. And I'm gathering these up. That sounds like a wise idea. Anyway, thank you for watching. Doing the important things with YouTube's buttons, and have a nice day.